Well, hope you are doing well. In today's video, we will learn the GCD of two given numbers program in Java. So the program is this, and we will see the program. We'll see the line by line. So here import java.util.scanner here. The import statement imports the scanner class from the java.util package. So this allows the program to take input from the user via the console. So public class GCD here, and this defines a public class named GCD. The class contains the logic to calculate the GCD of two numbers. Public static void main string args. So this is the main method we all know. In Java, the execution of the program starts here. The string array args parameter is used to receive any command line arguments. True, it's not used in this program. So scanner equal to new scanner of system.in. So it creates a scanner object named scanner that ends input from the user. The system.in argument specify that input will come from the console. System.out.println of enter the first number here. So this line prints the prompt enter the first number to the console and asking the user to input the first number here. So int num1 equal to scanner.nextInt of here. So the scanner.nextInt of method is used to read the first integer enter by the user and store it in the variable num1. So system.out.println of enter the second number here. So this line print the prompt enter the second number to the console asking the user to input the second number. Int num2 equal to scanner.nextInt of. So the scanner.nextInt of method is used again to read the second integer enter by the user and store it in the variable num2, and variable to store the GCD here in GCD equal to 1. So initializes an integer value GCD with a value of 1. This will hold the greatest common divisor once it is calculated here. So here the while loop begins here, and the starts with a while loop, and this loop will continue as long as the two numbers like num1 and num2 are not equal. So num1 equals to num2, then it means we found the GCD. If num1 is greater than num2, so the if statement checks whether the num1 is greater than num2. If the num1 is larger, it will subtract num2 from num1 to reduce the large numbers. So here num1 equal to num1 minus num2 here. So if num1 is greater than num2, subtract num2 from num1 here. So this step is a part of the Euclidean algorithm. So the idea is that by repeatedly subtracting the small number from the large number, larger one, so we move closer to finding the GCD here. Loop ends here. If loop like if and here else. So if num1 is not greater than num2, then num2 must be greater than or equal to num1, right? So the program executes the code in the else block here. So num2 equal to num2 minus num1. So if num1 is greater than, like if num2 is greater than num1, subtract num1 from num2 here, and this is the reverse of the previous subtraction. So and it is again the part of the Euclidean algorithm here, and here we closes the while loop. So this loop continues to run until the num1 is equal to num2 here, the entire loop, like, and here GCD equal to num1 here. So when the while loop ends, so if the while loop when the while loop ends, num1 and num2 are equal, and that value is the GCD of the two numbers. So we assign this value to the GCD variable here. And here system.out.println of the GCD of two numbers is here GCD. So it prints the result, the program output of the GCD of the two numbers stored in the GCD variable here. So that's why we print here. Here close the scanner class. So close the scanner object to release the resources it was using. So it's a good practice to close any resources once you are done with them, such a files, scanners or database connections. So these two are like main method and the GCD class respectively. Close the main method and GCD class. So this marks at the end of the program. And yeah, I will give you a brief explanation for this. So input, first we given an input here, like the program prompt the user to input two integers, that is num1 and num2 here. So next the while loops continues. So the while loop continues until the two numbers becomes equal. So if num1 is greater than num2, it subtracts num2 from num1. Then if num2 is greater than num1, it subtracts num1 from num2. So this continues until both the numbers become same, which will be the GCD. And finally, the output, the program prints the GCD, which is the last common number when both numbers become equal here. So yeah, and that's it. We will see. We will save the program and run the program. We'll see what the output is. So first number here we enter like mm, 48 and num2 is like 18. If we enter the GCD of two numbers is 6. So I will explain for this. So let's say if you enter the number is 48 and the num2 is 18, right? So in the first iteration num1 equal to 48, num2 equal to 18. Since the num1 greater than num2, that is 48 greater than 18, right? So it subtract 48 minus 18. So that is 30, right? Now num1 equal to 30 here. Then the second iteration num1 equal to 30 and num2 equal to 18, right? So in the second iteration the num1 is greater than num2, that is 30 is greater than 18, right? So 30 minus 18, 12. Now num1 equal to 12. So at the same time, like so okay, like two or three, like four iterations completed. At finally num1 equal to 12 and num2 equal to 6. So num1 greater than num2, like it subtracts from 12 minus 6, that is 6. So now num1 equal to 6. So now num1 and num2 both are equal to 6, right? So the loop ends and 6 is the GCD. Yeah, like that. I hope you will understand that. If you have any doubts or explanations or what, like let me know in the comment section. Feel free to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.